Welcome back to Give It the Programming. I'm Chase Ingram.
I'm Captain America.
Along with me is Bill Grundler. Wolverine. And we are all but 7 hours away from the end of week 1 of the 2025 Open. We're going to talk all things 25.1 today. Obviously, the window is still open for you to sign up, get the workout in, submit your score, and get on the Open leaderboard. There is still time, so make sure if you guys are on the fence, what are you waiting for? Right? If you're on the fence, just talk to us.
Just jump off the fence already.
Yeah, get off the fence.
The first workout of the Open, of every Open, is the funniest because of the way everyone freaks out about where they are on the board, like if they're trying to get in or how they did or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like this particular one especially, I've been hit up so many times by people that want to redo this one.
Oh.
Like so many people. Do you think I should do it? Like, if you want to do another 200 and whatever reps of whatever, like, okay. But it's like everyone forgets that there's like 2 other scores that have to go into this whole thing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No. Other Bill, hope you burnt it down today. I did not burn it down. No, I did not.
He lit the match on it. A little match on it.
Yeah.
Chris,
I felt the heat and I completely pulled back. I ended up doing it this morning. Tomorrow we'll do, I videoed it like I did last year. Me and Bill will go through it tomorrow, like an hour from what this time is. So we'll spend about 20 or 30 minutes going through my disaster of a 25.1.
Actually, you know what it is? I think what will be the most fun will be talking about what is going on in the headspace while you're going through, because there is a lot of time to think.
Dude, there was so much internal conversation, especially in the round of 21 and 24.
Yep.
Most of my conversation was like, man, I hope both my feet were off the ground for that one.
Was that good? Was that good? Maybe.
I went back. So, spoiler alert for tomorrow's video. You guys can bring whatever you want to bring. I don't care. I had to do the like slow scroll. I'm like, okay, that's good. That's good. Because part of my thing is like, if you guys haven't been around and heard, just like me, like my knee is not doing great, right? And nothing hurts my knee more than lunging and jumping laterally.
Jeez, oh man. Yeah, that's like.
So, yeah, we'll go through that. My warm up for this workout, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Like there was a moment, like I was like, all right, let's just bite the bullet. Let's get into my first lunge. And I fell over. And
okay. Was it when you do the lunge? Which knee is it?
So it's my right knee, but it hurts the most when I lunge with my left foot.
Yeah.
So it puts all that tension and shear on my knee when I touch the right knee to the ground. So if I lunge forward with my right knee, it's fine.
Well, you could have done the whole thing with one leg.
Can you?
Yeah, it didn't say you had to alternate.
My butt would have hurt. My butt already hurt. My butt hurt after a warm up. I haven't lunged.
Hi, Blake.
Hey, honey. Do you need some help? Okay, I'm opening up some peanut butter.
Hi.
Say hi. Guess what she has today?
Hey, happy late birthday, by the way, Blake.
You have what?
Soccer.
It was his first soccer game. Oh, he said happy birthday, by the way. Well, because it was your birthday 2 weeks ago.
I know. It was. I haven't seen her since then.
Or a week ago.
Yeah.
There you go.
Soccer.
Yeah, we just hit a new milestone. She did not interrupt me in the middle of like a cliffhanger moment in the conversation. So, Leslie, I don't know what it is yet. I feel like it's just something like is so tight in there. Because what was nice is, as hesitant as I was to get into it, by the end of it, it actually felt better. So that's more reminiscent of something like tendonitis or whatever. But like, dude, it was the warm up. I was like, I won't be able to do this.
Dang. But seriously, like it said, because I was looking to see if you could touch your knee on the lunge. I was waiting to see, because I got some older folks in here that they need to have a little assist as they go down to the knees. So I was looking to see if you could touch your legs or not. Didn't say anything about it. But what I did read was it said you don't have to alternate the leg.
Let's see. This is why it's important to read the scorecards, everybody.
How are you going to find the loopholes if you don't read the scorecards?
Yeah. So, lunges. Here we go. Start each lunge section standing tall. Touch the trailing knee to the ground. No requirement to alternate legs between steps. Well, son of a bitch. I'm glad I alternated, or else I would have, like, my right butt cheek would have just been on fire right now.
You could have done the Dumb and Dumber, like the throw your ass out, the look on the one side.
Oh, I got that old man cough. Or I guess just the me cough now that I get older.
Yep.
Both heels completely to the foot line, walking line. Yeah, there's no rep given for any reason. You got to start over. Common no rep, starting on the line, not reaching full extension, missing the touch of the knee, finishing with one or both feet. Nothing here says about putting your hands on your knees.
I know. Oh, I looked.
All right. Well.
And I didn't know if that fell into, like, well, everybody knows what a thruster is, like that sort of a thing. But I know that, like, on pistols, they say that you're not allowed to touch your legs.
Right. Or air squats or dumbbell snatches is usually.
And so if they're going to say that in those scenarios, I was like, okay, well then why, if that was the case, why wouldn't they put that in there? So, okay. All right. Yeah. I didn't say it.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, that's awesome. Well, that's good to know. I did not do that. But enough about my workout. We'll talk about my workout. Let's just talk about the workout in general. 25.1 got released last week. And I don't know, do you want to start workout first, or do you want to talk about a new top 10 open announcement of all time?
No, let's talk about the open first. Let's talk about the announcement first.
Okay. I got to be at the announcement. I was very fortunate to be asked to come there. Ortega was there, actually. He was falling around Austin. I was at Mayhem. If you guys have been living under a rock. And the excitement around it was that, for me at least, and I've talked about this last week or the 2 weeks leading up to 25.1, is that Rory McKernan was coming back to host week 1. And if you guys have been around in the last 3 or 4 years, you have no idea what an open announcement looks like with Roy McKernan as the host. Because from 2013 to 2018, Rory was the host of the Open. He would welcome you in. He'd pump up the crowd. He would run. He would be like, he was the, what is it? The maitre d' or the ringleader.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the ringleader in a circus. That was Rory McKernan.
He was the top hat, dude. He was the top hat.
He perfected that gig. And he would do it at the games too. He was the host of the games, and we'd come on ESPN or we'd come online or we'd do it. It was Rory. And Rory spends so much time preparing that it just seems, I mean, he's already a casual guy to begin with, and that's just a place where he shines. But that guy will sit there for hours on end preparing for that 20 minutes.
It's unreal how him just naturally, he has such an easy flow of conversation when he's talking. There's not a lot of ums and ahs and trying to think about something clever. He just is that way. He's very smooth with it. The fact that he does spend so much time, there's nothing off the cuff about what he does.
No.
At all. Like every single thing that he says, he planned on saying. But when he says it, it's like he just thought of it right then. Like everything is just clicking, and he's so good, and he's so welcoming, and it's such a warm, like friendly feeling. Like, oh, here's our people. He's good at that, man. He makes you feel good about being there.
Yeah,
it's cool.
And the thing is he doesn't do it with like Rory's just such a good-looking person.
He's a good-looking guy, for sure.
Rory's a good-looking guy. I've said this story before. Is Rory? I don't know. This is probably back in 2017, but he was in Dallas for a Mizzen and Main model photo shoot along with myself. And talking about like being insecure around another human, he stayed the night at my house Like, I think it was like Friday night or something.
Yeah.
And me and me and Ashley just got married, and we're all hanging out in the kitchen and whatever. And then like we all went to bed. And like as soon as we got back to our room, she's like, "Rory is so pretty."
Oh, dang.
And I was like, "Yeah, I get it."
You're like,
I mean,
that means I'm getting lucky right now, isn't it?
I get it. Yeah, I was like, all right, you'll be thinking about him. No, I'm just kidding. When you roll over. But the thing here is like, if you guys haven't experienced that and you're like, this was so awesome, that is what it was like from 2013 to 2018. Mm-hmm. And then the announcement itself and the people there in CrossFit Mayhem, that was my first time there. And it lived up to the billing and more. It was incredible. It's funny as people are shocked, like, this is your first time here? Because I've been around, since 2008. I was like, yeah, it took me 13 years to get to Aromas.
Oh, that's true.
It was with me.
Yeah. It was. I really am glad that they did it at Mayhem. I mean, because one, you have an instant crowd. I mean, you have an instant gigantic community that's going to be there, and they're going to bring the hype. They're going to want to showcase their place and their people and everything. And that, I think that was just a very, very smart play.
Yes.
To put it there, because you knew it was a win-win situation. No matter what, you were going to have,
and we needed a win.
Oh, dude, totally. Like you needed to kick it off. You needed to kick it off with some fun. Mm-hmm. I only and this is from the watching side. The only thing I wish is that they would have had a little bit more of the gnat sound in the background, because in the old days, like it was loud, and I know that it was loud there.
It was loud,
but you couldn't even tell.
And here's how loud it was. It was so loud. But and here's the hard thing, right? In some of the spaces where we do open announcements, they're in smaller.
Yeah.
Smaller gyms.
Right.
Compared to Mayhem. It's like 30-foot ceilings, 10,000 square feet all around us. And so sound isn't going to be entrapped in an environment like that. And it was still loud.
Yeah.
There in person. The only thing I wish is that my audio was better.
Oh, could you not hear what was going on?
The audio leading up and all the rehearsals and all the dress outs and all the things we did, my audio was great. And then right when the show started, my audio was off.
Of course.
It was weird. It was off in my head, and it was off on the mic too.
Oh, so you were talking and it was like delayed?
It wasn't delayed. It just felt like I was in a can.
I hate it.
It was so weird.
Yeah.
But we just roll with it as we roll with it. But
you want to know what was really interesting, honestly? Who shocked me more than it was great hearing you on there, and you were all excited. You could tell you were like a giddy little girl up there the whole day.
I was.
It was so crazy. The energy level of Boz really impressed me.
Boz did a great job.
Not the stuff that he said necessarily. I think as far as like an analyst goes, he didn't have like a lot of the other details, like whether it was numbers or movement or patterns or strategies necessarily, but his energy, like he was like it was almost like having a fan in there, super excited. And the things that he was saying, he was talking the language of the very general fan. And I did right from the get-go, all of a sudden I was expecting it, because he's so like stoic.
Yes.
He just talks like this, and everything's about this tempo and about this loudness. And all of a sudden that was not him. And that blew me away. Mm-hmm. I think that was the most shocking, exciting.
I thought he did great.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I will say this. I knew the gravity of the situation that we were in leading into the open announcement and how important it was to get that right with all the pieces that we had there together. Rory was back. I got to be on the mic. Boz was in. We were at CrossFit Mayhem. The potential and rumors that Rich may be or may not be coming back, depending on what the workout was when it was announced. That might have been the most nervous I've ever been to be on a broadcast, outside of maybe the first time I ever did it or the first time I knew I was going to go be on ESPN Live.
There was a lot riding on it, dude.
I was
a lot riding on it.
So like someone came up to me and I was like, went to shake my hand. I go, whoa, sorry about that. Like I was like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm okay. I need to go drink some water and go outside. I was really nervous.
Yeah. There's a lot riding on it, man. And I think in this year it's different for you because you see it from the inside too. I mean, before you would see it from where I'm sitting, from the affiliate owner, from, the athlete or we're doing our podcast or whatever. But I think that it's just different when you're part of the product that you're now presenting.
Yeah.
We weren't part of the product.
Well, this is our thing, so I'm not nervous about doing our thing because I don't really mark it as good or bad or whatever. Like, we're just here talking.
Yeah.
That thing, a broadcast, has nothing to do with me.
Right.
And has everything to do with CrossFit. And the one thing I wanted to do is to get it right for CrossFit. That was it. And so that's why I was nervous.
It was good. It was fun. And I guess kind of segueing into the event, it was very fun for what it was because the workout was really not that fun. Like it was.
Well, rarely are open workouts that fun.
Well, I don't mean like fun to do it. I mean, like, think about it, dude. Like it basically was like we're watching a marathon row. Like we're just watching people do burpees. Like basically, like it was, as far as an event goes, it was pretty unexciting. So thank goodness we had some excitement people on there and some good talking stuff. And
Bailey's back. Hey, Bailey.
What's up, Bailey?
It was funny. It's always funny to see the tinfoil hats out there. I was like, oh, Rich knew the whole time. I was like, nope. Rich had no idea what the workout was. Zero idea on movement. Like they don't do that. And yes, there was the worst kept secret in CrossFit is like, there was still not a guarantee that Rich was going to do it. And when he was like, him and Rory were kind of feeling each other out or what to say or what to do, like all that was really authentic. Yes, Rory probably knew Rich, like no matter, like it's not that, there's no way Rich wasn't going to do it. Even if they programmed pistols, that dude would have been like, okay, I can't not do it because that's just who Rich is.
Right.
But it was so awesome. And then the shirt came off and then his shorts, like it was so cool. And then I said my thing in the spirit of competition that take it or leave it. Like that was authentic me. I was trying to, I mean, we all have like, hey, there's a couple key points I want to try to get across.
Right.
And I remember it was in Rich's highlight video, the I'm in one, not the one on the broadcast, the highlight video, where I was like, we need more of Rich's, right? Those kind of guys, like the videos like Scott Panchak, Stan Bailey's, everyone's like, oh, old guard. It's like because they were here for CrossFit, like they were in for all of that and just trying to do, and they loved competing. And I'm not saying it can't be more professional, and it should be, right? The idea of making it more professional to support athletes who support the community, I think, is that hand-in-hand relationship it should be between sport and CrossFit itself.
Yeah, I mean, it's really impressive what Rich has done. I remember way back in the day when he was the champ, and he would get on the mic and talk, or he would go to different places and talk. I was like, dude, please sit this guy down. He is not doing the right thing for us, and this is just not his place.
Yeah.
Well, he has completely turned that around, and I really like. I mean, I get it. He's got his own business with everything, but the way that he has kept it to where he's kept CrossFit right at the centerpiece of, if it wasn't for CrossFit, none of this stuff would be here.
Yeah.
For him, for his people, for his members, yes. But I mean, like from him, like that is something that's always been real important to me is like loyalty, not blind loyalty, but loyalty to understand where you came from.
Yeah.
Like none of us has done this on our own. We don't have names because it's like, well, I just have a name for myself. It's like, no, there was someone who brought you in. There was someone that taught you. There was someone that showed you. There's someone that opened the door, that gave you this opportunity, this access, this whatever. And if you make something great with it, cool. But it's not because you're so awesome. It's because that door opened up. And
I got a
to be
question
able
for
to
you.
give like a credence to that. And I saw there was that one video that he had that was focusing around, I think he was in Europe or something. And he's like, it's like CrossFit is not this and that and the other. He's like, you guys are CrossFit. What we do in the affiliate is CrossFit. CrossFit's not in, and it was funny. He's like, CrossFit's not in Santa Cruz. Or wait, where is it? Colorado?
Yeah.
I don't even know where it is anymore. Like,
Yeah.
because it's not that anymore. It is what we do. And we talk about this all the time, that like sometimes I feel, I mean, here you are working for CrossFit now, but like sometimes I feel like I'm more CrossFit than CrossFit because of what I'm doing in my gym, with my box, with my people, the methodology that I'm pushing. It's not all this political stuff.
Yeah.
It's I'm here to present health and fitness to my people with this methodology that I, as a longtime athlete and coach and fitness enthusiast, have tried all of the things, and this is the thing that works.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I believe in it, not the stuff around it, but what the methodology is. And
well, especially
so
now,
it's really good to hear him say that kind of stuff,
Yeah, and especially now is because you talked about the person that opened the door for you. I can name that person that opened the door for me. Not the person that got me into CrossFit, the person that opened a new door for like expansion. That was Dave Ray.
Yeah.
Without Dave Ray, I would just be a guy. I mean, I'd still have done everything I've done, but probably not got on seminar staff. 100% would not have gone on the media team because that's how I got there to begin with. And Dave Ray was my door open to a bigger thing that I get to be a part of now, which I'm grateful for every day. The person that got me into CrossFit itself was Justin Smith. Yep. And that was in 2008. And I still remember the moment and the time and what I did, how we met. I swam with him in college and then saw him post-college. And I was like, what have you been doing? Kind of a deal. So those are my two door openers for me.
And imagine if those doors weren't there. Like if those didn't open, like what it would be like, and that's just crazy to me. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Alternate timelines. You know what I mean?
Right. And like, it's not, and the other thing is like, it's not like this is like 2-3 years post college. So we swam together in college. Me and Justin did. I hadn't seen him in 2 to 3 years. We just randomly saw each other on a pool deck and his shirt was off. And I was like, holy crap. Like, what have you been doing? That was it. Had he had a shirt on, maybe I would have even asked him a question.
Yeah.
Right? And then Dave Ray, like, and I would say Richard Drew is like that third person that pushed me to Dave Ray, just a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Right. So like those are my three guys. And if it wasn't for those three things that have happened, I would have never met Bill Grundler.
How weird would that have been?
Yeah. And here's the freakiest part. I would have never met my wife.
Yeah.
I met my wife because I played on like my CrossFit gym's flag football team. That was it. That's the only
weird shit.
That was the singular moment where if I wasn't on that team, I would have never met her. And my daughter that just walked up to me, my son's that currently at school, like all of these things, all because of that and all because of CrossFit. Right? Is CrossFit perfect? No, and it's never been. Is it in its toughest position probably in the history of the company? I would say unequivocally yes. But that doesn't mean we quit. It doesn't mean we accept what it is now. It means I know how great it is. I know what it means to me. And I know we can get better and get back to what it is without glossing over anything or sweeping anything under the rug. But the only way we get forward is together. That's it. So the all-in thing, the thing I talked about with Rich, and how all that came together, that is pure, like that's old school CrossFit, man. That's what we all used to do. Yeah. We always used to say, screw you, I'm going to go work out. Yes. Oh, nice chain.
What?
Yeah. So, yeah. That was great.
Yeah, it was good to hear, dude. It was really good. It was really good. It was really good. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
You guys did a great job.
And all you guys that watched, I mean, what is the views up to now? Yes, Trish. Like, we don't quit. We accept our faults and we headlong into our failures, but we give ourselves opportunity to bounce back. That is what CrossFit is. So, all right, let's go to the workout.
And as you're pulling that up, getting away from all the people, the reason why people are not doing it or whatever. To me, yes, there is a competition element of CrossFit for sure. But like when you talk about the methodology has never messed up once.
No.
It's never even fumbled the ball once. Like it's always been the best thing out there to get general physical preparedness, to get maximum health and fitness from anyone if they're doing it at whatever level that they are starting at. There is nothing else out there better. Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
And if there was, we'll steal it.
Right. Totally.
And
like that's what I mean. Like, so when people waver on CrossFit, it's like, okay, you can be pissed off at the games all you want, but like, that's not what this is. This is about the community of people that live and breathe this methodology.
Yeah.
And so.
And to me, the Open is celebrating that.
Yeah, right.
Celebrating that mindset, celebrating that drive, celebrating
it makes it the big gym. It's the big gym, the big whiteboard. That's all.
That's it. Exactly. This is right now in the Open is 3 weeks for us to be in the world's largest affiliate.
Yeah. The CrossFit affiliate.
CrossFit affiliate.
Yep.
The community that is CrossFit. And it has nothing to do with the CrossFit Games right now. It's the start of the season. You have to go through the Open. Yes, you got to get in the top 1% to make semifinals, and you have to be in the top 1% to go to these in-person qualifiers to go to the CrossFit Games. Yeah, those are the rules post the Open.
Those are for the athletes.
That's for the athletes. The 0.1%, the 0.001%.
Right.
That was good. All right, this workout itself, though, for week 1, aside from watching it, right, watching a bunch of heats go through this was so hard.
Let me ask you: do you think that people's scores or the leaderboard-ish would be any different if it was just burpees only?
Yes.
Like maybe not 7 minutes of burpees, but like if you were to do 10 minutes of burpees, you think it'd be that much different?
I do. Yeah, I do. Because I don't think much different. At the top, no. On average,
I mean, okay, there are people that had a hard. There would be some people like in the population for sure.
Yeah.
That if they were going to do it RX, that they would have a hard time moving the dumbbell around.
The burpees for me were the worst part.
Yeah.
The dumbbell was fine. The dumbbell got hard because of the burpees. Right? My press out and my lockout was just starting to go, and obviously the jumping over and a little bit of a hinging that was taking away from my legs, but like the lunges weren't a problem other than the pain that I was going through. But that eventually subsided, but like the burpees themselves were the ones that were kicking my butt the entire time. If it was just dumbbell work for 10 minutes, I would have done better.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. That's just me.
But that's why I'm asking that.
Yeah,
Because
it's a great question.
And I saw, like, I was watching our people do it, and I felt like that's what it was. They got tired more on the burpees because I mean it's a larger range of motion, a lot more muscles that you're using. I mean you can kind of snap the dumbbell around a little bit, and you can I think you can finagle that a little bit more, even if you're doing step up and step down with the burpees, like. But dude, when you got to move your whole body around, it's just energy intensive. And
but yeah, this is a burpee majority workout. I agree.
Yeah.
People already know your score. Bill at 56, 262 reps. Yeah. Bill got 262 at 56 and used the 50-pound dumbbell when he's supposed to be using the 35-pound dumbbell.
Let me ask you, do you think it would have been
31 reps?
Do you think it would have been any different? I don't know if it would have been that much different with
I think it would have been worse, honestly.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't think I would have even thought about the dumbbell. at all. Like
No.
I had to sit there and think about switching, and I'd actually dropped the dumbbell one time.
Oh, did you?
It came out of my
Slipped
hand.
out of your
It
hand?
came out of
Oh,
my
okay.
hand when I went to
I wanted to drop the dumbbell. I'll tell you that right now. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Man, you're right. There was so much talking. And I'll say this, right? In a 3-week open in this new format, we had an entire show about the programming we'll need to change based off last year's programming. Because last year's programming is the top 20% going to quarterfinals. You could sneeze your way through with your eyes closed and make it if you're just relatively fit. 4 quarterfinals, right? Before it was 10. This is very similar to week 1, double the time domain. I put movement patterns, lateral burpees. Instead of a dumbbell snatch, it's a hang clean and jerk. You're still going from a hinge to overhead. Now you've got the walking lunges in there to give you a little bit of a break so you can keep going harder throughout the entirety. If it was just back and forth.
That was my active recovery for sure.
Right. And I think if it was just the 2 movements, this would have been a slightly different workout.
I agree with that.
And I thought the lunge in here was so sneaky because when I was first told the workout, I was like, oh, is it 2 dumbbells?
Dude, I guffawed loudly when they said, wait, I go, what?
Yeah. I was like, oh, is it 2 dumbbells? Clean to overheads? Damn, that sucks. And he's like, no, 1. I was like, oh, okay. How do you hold the dumbbell in the lunge? He's like, you don't. It's unweighted. And so my initial reaction was just like everybody else is like, what type of weak ass workout is this? And then, about 5 to 6 minutes into the workout, I was like, I apologize I'd like to formally apologize for saying this is weak. I'm really glad there is no dumbbell because of this, because glad and not glad, right? Because you walk down and
totally
back.
Wish
Damn
it
it.
was.
I'm back here again.
Right. It's like, that didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
Just all it did was stop my flow.
Yep. Stop your flow, but give you enough reprieve to push again once you got to the burpees. Doing this is like, okay, this is one everybody can do. The elites, like when you're getting like your score or 300 plus, the amount of fitness and work capacity you are displaying is elite. And there is a separation there, even if it's only reps on the leaderboard. But like what Austin Hatfield had to do to not get caught by Rich is push the pace from jump. Which is funny because Boz and I, before we went on the broadcast, he's like, how do you want to do this recipe? I was like, I don't know. He's like, well, what do you think the strategy is? I think holding a pace, right? Mine was hold a pace and just stick with it the whole time.
Right.
And his was burn it. He's like, no, you need to get ahead early because there's not time to make it up, which I was like, actually, I feel like there's more time because there's more reps. But we're like, all right, that's what we're going to do. And if either one of us are wrong, that'll be the fun part.
Yeah.
I have mine, you have yours, and we just talk shit to each other in the broadcast based off who does well. Now, Austin Hatfield started fast and stayed fast, so he proved Boz correct. Rich Froning started steady and closed hard, which proved me correct.
Right.
Roman Krennikov started fast and blew up, which I think is my favor. That's the tiebreaker.
I agree. I felt the same way on that. I thought it was cool that you guys went both directions like that.
Yeah, that was kind of neat.
And I don't know if people really saw this or not, but like what I saw out of that is, and this is totally true, you can come up with whatever strategy you want for like our keys to success.
Mm-hmm.
It is solely dependent on the athlete. Like it could be that if it's like Austin Hatfield, who, and I don't know why everyone keeps saying he's tall. I don't think he's that tall.
He's not tall.
Why. I don't know what
he's
everyone's
listed at 5'7". There's no chance.
I don't think that. John was trying to say something about like he's like 5, almost 5'10" or something, and he just looks taller than I don't know, whatever it was. He's short. He's a little guy. So this like was completely range of motion. So of course he's going to be moving faster. Mm-hmm. And Rich isn't like tall, but he's taller than Austin. So he still has to kind of play with that to his favor. And I think that like that's where the slow and steady, like with Rich, and Rich has always been a good closer. So it's really cool to see that he was able to do that. The fact that if this would have been 20 minutes,
ooh,
man, dude, I think Rich would have caught him.
I think the only reason Rich was slower was not fitness related at all. That dude has not lost a single step. He may not have like his top end lifts.
Right.
The guy's 36. Looks I would say it almost better than he did when he was competing.
Well, yeah, because now he actually cares about what he eats. He's not eating just bowls of peanut butter and jelly.
Some would argue he still doesn't care, but
but he's got more meat in there.
What is Rich's like greatest strength other than just being the ultimate competitor, especially on Sunday?
He's the best mover out there.
He is an exquisite mover.
Yeah, picture perfect. Him and Taylor are the best movers in CrossFit.
Taylor moves. Taylor's overhead position with dumbbells. I'm like, damn, that is
like I was watching his video right afterwards.
Yeah,
I was watching his thing, and
don't watch my video. Well, we all watch my video
dude,
tomorrow.
The fact that what's great about, especially for Taylor, is he is so vocal about people shorting reps and just not doing good reps. And that's because he's still so damn fast and his reps are so good. You know, he's not super short range of motion guy. He's right in the middle, average height, perfect height for like the general CrossFitter, but his movement is insane. And when you train that way, to where when you train with the not the importance of like I have to beat everyone in the gym, but like I have to move within these confines, and I have to keep that confine fast.
Yeah.
Then you start being able to race like that. But like a lot of people, if they have shitty movement when they're training, you can't race and have good movement. You're just not gonna have it.
No.
But watching him move, dude, was crazy. Those two, they're by far the best. By far.
Yeah. And like I will never want to be a judge in live competition ever. Those of you that do that, God bless you.
Yep.
But if you're like, hey, you have to judge this heat, I was like, just let me judge Rich because then I just have to count reps.
Right. And you know, and no bad on Austin for his movement. I mean, his judge didn't call anything.
Yeah, look,
but like, and that's one of the joys. That's one of the joys of live judging versus in person, or you know, like at home or online. The thing is that I think with him is he is a younger athlete that thinks I have to go faster. And when you're already moving a light object with range of motion movements on a guy that is a range of motion athlete, it's gonna be cut so close, and that's why it's gonna get sloppy. Whereas Rich has just never done that. He's never played the I have to go fast. He's never gonna beat anyone in 10 reps ever.
No,
he'll beat you in 100 reps.
Right.
Because of the way he moves, because it's not just pretty, it's so efficient. And because of the efficiency, it's allowed to be, when it's a high rep, a high volume event, that's where he makes his move. He will never beat anyone in a quick move.
And it's so funny because CrossFit Mayhem, the team, did the same thing. Yeah, CrossFit Mayhem, the team, was just an extension of Rich Froning. That was it. Like worm, clean, and jerk. Say it's 100 worm thrusters for time. CrossFit Mayhem with Rich at the helm would probably be in the bottom 3 in a heat of 10 through 50.
Yep.
And then they would win by 15. And that's how Rich competed. Unless it was Sunday, and then he just decided to win everything. Which was, it was fun to watch. But yeah, as far, and back to 25.1, for what it is, for what it did, okay. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we're going to add some more high skill elements in gymnastics, some more weight in some maybe barbell work.
Dude, I'm honestly, I'm nervous. Now, and here's why. You know, we talked about the open now matters, right? It's not just the turkey trot like it was last year. It can't be because of what has to come out of this. So there, you know, we talked about the stop gaps that needed to be in there. We talked about the importance of the programming. I can't say whether it's good or bad yet because we don't know what the rest of the stuff looks like. Right. But that being said, I think with this particular event, we knocked out our metabolic conditioning almost one off.
Yes.
Almost one off. Which means that we need something that's going to be, and I agree with what you said that the stopgap here is who has the capacity.
Right.
That will be your stopgap, and there will be big jumps between who's in the 30s, who's in the 27s, and who's in the 24s. Mm-hmm. But I think now it has. I hope I feel like we leaned into the metabolic.
Right.
Now we need to make sure that we lean into the gymnastic technical, or what do you think? Technical, or do you think capacity for gymnastic? And then
Ooh,
same
like
thing with the
volume?
weightlifting. Yeah.
I think for the open, volume and capacity versus skill.
Okay. So no bar muscle ups and more chest to bar pull ups is more important.
You know what? Actually, that's a great question. That is a great question.
Because we're, again, 1%.
This is why I think stopgap workouts are so wonderful in the open.
I agree.
Right? I think gymnastics, like say, I actually hope for one that just has both, right? An ascending difficulty of skills with gymnastics coupled with an ascending weighted movement. So let's say it's all pulling. All right, it's like, all right, toes to bar, chin over bar, chest to bar, bar muscles. We've had that in the past. I think 23.3 or 22.3? Something like that. And then 21.3 A and B had a little bit of the same thing, right? It was chin over bar, chest to bar, bar, something like that. But then the weight
that
would
one,
go up,
I thought for sure that one was coming out.
right? And then the weight would go up on the thrusters.
Yep.
Right. And I think something like that is great. We saw something similar where it was just like 17.3, where the snatch weights went up while the reps went down, and it was coupled with chest to bar pull-ups where the reps went up.
Yeah.
Right. So like you said, we can either increase skill or increase volume. Right. So we displayed work capacity from an not an anaerobic. I mean, there's a bit of an anaerobic, but like from just like a cardiovascular respiratory endurance standpoint. 15 minutes, which is like classic 12 to 15 minutes of just strong work capacity training. All right, that's classic CrossFit time domain, classic CrossFit testing. So do we need, gymnastic capacity training?
Well, see, that's what I don't know. I mean, what do you think would be, because I think, again, if we're using, okay, well, let me ask you this. It's still a two-prong. The open is still set up now as a two-prong purpose.
Yes.
It's got to get the 1% out, the right 1% into the semis. And I know at the semis we'll have all these things, but I think it's still important to have the correct 1% get out of here. Like, you can't have someone that is, I don't think you can't have a skill that you should be able to showcase in the semis. Like, I don't want to say you're good at pull-ups, so okay, now we're going to test you in ring muscle-ups in the semis.
Okay.
I think that's too far out.
Yeah.
Especially when we've done
what if
ring
it's
muscle-ups
like decreasing volume while increasing skills, just like we see with barbell work?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Well, like there's the one, and so I took Dave's clue as, okay, burning it down. There was that one part, but when he made the comment about the, we have 236 people in here right now.
Holy crap.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for hanging out. When he said the other clue to the affiliate owners about it's going to be a repeat between 20 and 24. I thought for sure that meant that the first one was going to be the repeat, that he was giving us that clue. I still think that I had like two options that I wanted, and one of them was it was 21.3 and 21.4 that were stuck together, and that was the 15, 30, 15 1 minute rest, and the 30 was the 15s were front squats and thrusters at 95, 65. The 30 was toes to bar, then chest to bar, then bar muscle up, which to me was like, okay, that's perfect, cool, stopgap. And at the end of that, 7 minutes to do the complex of the deadlift, clean, hang clean, jerk. So that was kind of like, got two of those in one fell swoop kind of a deal. And then maybe you could put in some heavier squat things later, like in the next event when it looks more like a weightlifting sort of a deal. But that would be like a gymnastic stopgap that I really like, because it's still, the way I saw that is, okay, like 30 bar muscle ups is a lot. And that's where you get the stopgap for your elites and for your not as elites through there, to set up for the community cup and all that stuff.
I think that's the way to do it, right? The 16.2, the 17.3, even 17.3 with the chest to bar pull-ups. Okay, that could be one thing. But like you said, is that Even 22-3, where it was chin over bar, chest to bar muscle ups, 21-15-9 with ascending weights on the thrusters and sprinkling double unders in there.
Right.
And that was what, a 10, 12 minute endeavor for the majority. And then less, we're doing like 7 or something insulting.
Right.
And then I think that I would like that.
So when I saw the weightless lunges, I was like, oh, damn, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Like it's the, and everyone's saying that, well, it's got to be all inclusive. And I'm like, it does not have to be all inclusive. We are not at that place anymore. Mm-hmm. This is not last year where what we were told was you should be able to go across the street to the convenience store and grab anyone from the sidewalk and be able to put them in here and have them be able to do this event. That is not how you find the top 1%. Mm-hmm. That is not how you separate or have enough separation to get the community cup where you're pumping up the community that's there. I think if you have something that has the 30 toes to bar, the 30 chest to bar, the 30 bar muscle ups, that event right there is going to give me my community cup, because I'm going to have people that have never gotten to toe to bar.
Yep.
I'm going to have some people they can get 30, and then I'm going to have some people that they have never gotten 5 chest to bar, and someone they can get all of them. And then there's someone that just got their first bar muscle up, someone that got 10, someone that got 25, and someone that made it all the way through that. And that, like, there's your 10-to-1.
Yeah, that filters your that one workout can filter the levels perfectly by itself.
Now, it's hard that when you see an event like that how do you? And this is where the programming, this is where you have to, I mean, geez, like me, you, JR, Taylor, all of our programming nerds that we are, trying to replicate the same idea without replicating the exact same idea. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're like, okay, well, here's the weightlifting one. Or if you do a stopgap like that, well, okay, so do we do that every year? Do we know now what we're going to be hitting every single time? It's just tough.
And we said this when we were going through the open programming, when we analyzed every open one is like 16.2, which was the 4-minute stopgap, and then they changed it to 8 minutes. And when was that? 20?
Oh, yeah.
Right? With the 25 toes to bar, 75 double unders, and then 15 squat cleans at a certain weight.
And then 13.
You finish, you get another 4 minutes and a 13, 13, 13. That format by itself, which was basically a monostructural weightlifting gymnastics stopgap weight, but stopgap volume between gymnastics, because 25 toes to bar every round was brutal.
Oh, dude, it was so, like, I remember thinking, okay, you got to break these up. I think we were breaking them up in like sets of like 7.
Yeah,
intentionally low.
Oh, I was
like,
living by fives, bro. I was living that 5 life. And then once I remember getting my last clean at 225 because 275 was near my max, especially under fatigue. It was like that back to the single life, just the single life monkey turnaround, where I was like one,
right,
turnaround, one,
yeah,
turnaround,
totally.
one. But that format,
yeah.
You take that format, interchange with the gymnastics movement, interchange with the weightlifting movement, change what the volume, the monostructural will be. Really, your only choices could be shuttle runs, double unders, and cow row.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
It's like, who's to say we can't do a 4-minute stopgap continuous thing of overhead squats, chin over bar pull-ups, and cows on the rower.
Right.
And or chest to bar pull-ups or whatever. Toes to bar was nice because it was still, the skill was low, but the volume was high. So you can go both ways.
Yeah. So that I was nervous before we started the open, because I'm like, they put these new things out here of how it needs to work. And
are you more nervous after week 1?
Yes, dude, I am. I'm not going to lie about that.
All right.
I'm not going to lie, because it's like, okay, you seriously crossed off some boxes right there.
Right.
And I mean, I would have thought it was more, way more weightlifting.
Yep.
If you had to lunge with the weight, an overhead weighted lunge, single dumbbell. You're still using the same dumbbell. Like
Yeah.
I would have changed
Oh
it.
God, an
You know what I mean? Like,
overhead. Yeah.
that would have completely changed it to where it's not just all right, you're just burning. All we're doing is cycling and burning.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, I know that there are some people that had to work with the dumbbell a little bit, but generally speaking, I think that that's what it was.
Okay.
So I'm nervous.
I get it.
You know,
You know,
I'm not thinking that it's going to be a fail. I'm just
Right.
saying that, like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Hanging out here again for you.
Speaking of nerves, are you nervous or curious that Tia Toomey is quietly just doing the Open for fun and will not going to be competing in CrossFit this season because she has focuses elsewhere?
Am I nervous about it?
I mean,
I am a little shocked at that. And spin. You're in
well, here's what it
Hey,
is, right? But give it to Spin, who just like absolutely, he's the world's greatest detective.
Totally.
Right. So we're like, oh, Tia got 229 reps. I was like, oh, I beat her by 2. And then it turns out that she used a 50-pound dumbbell when she did it. Potentially. And I was like, well, that sucks. And then the big kicker was like, and she only did 12 minutes worth of it. I was like, I quit. Like,
why? I guess why?
Hey, listen, if you're doing it for fun, this is what we wanted though, right? If you don't want to compete at the CrossFit Games, still be a part of the Open.
No, totally. I'm fine with all that. I mean, I'm in my group doing different weights and stuff too.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious about, like, it makes you want to say, like, oh, okay, but like, why? Like, did the baby like have an accident like right during and you had to stop for 3 minutes, or like what?
No, I think there's a video and she just doesn't start. Like she gives Shane a 3-minute head start is what I think happens.
Oh,
I haven't watched it entirely, but like she just got back from competing in High Rocks, Australia. Right? Is that where she was or wherever it was?
yeah.
In pairs with her and James Newberry.
Mm.
And she looks great. Right? Fit, James. I think they wore the same exact shorts.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably. And maybe she's moving into High Rocks this year.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, she hasn't said, but you know what? I'm fine
she's
with
still
that.
doing it. Yeah, she's in it. She's on. Look where she is. On the leaderboard because she signed up.
CrossFit Games champ who's like, hey, listen, I'm not going to compete this year at the highest level, but I'm still going to sign up for the Open and be a part of this thing. I'll take this all day.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
But now the question is like, all right, is this it? Like, because if she doesn't redo this, like she's not making the top 1%. This is not happening. She's like, that's way too much to overcome.
Yeah. Yeah. What was she? Oh, wait, what was she? What was the percentage that she was in when she had the wrist issue for the event last year?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Spin. I know you're in there.
Yeah.
I know we had that too.
But like we were taking 20% to quarterfinals. So it didn't really matter.
Well, no, I know. But I just to see where she was with that. Like, where did she finish percentage wise with basically 2 events? Because she had to do that, and Brooke had to do that too, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
but I'm glad she. Hey, you know what? I have come, and I've vocally said this. I have come full circle on Tia. I'm back around. Tia, you're cool, man. Like you're a badass, and I applaud you even more for being in here and doing high rocks. Because what do we do as CrossFitters? We try new sports and we do them often, and we just use. Oh, what's the question? What was Tia's percent over? Where was she on the leaderboard percentage wise?
I guess I could just click on this profile.
Oh, yeah.
Where did she finish in the Open last year?
Percentage.
Worldwide 2,610th.
Would that be the 1%?
No. Because we had 348,000. Let's just say,
let's cut it. 15,000, 150,000.
Even if it was straight down the middle, it would have to be 1,700.
Oh, okay.
And they're only taking 12.
Oh, well, go back to that event. Go to that. What was she in that one event on that? Click on that year.
Okay.
What did she finish? She was less, 11,000.
11,193rd.
Well, she was only what,
She got
7,000?
61st and 10th in the other two.
I think it's still possible.
Well, right now she's 7. Where is she right now?
7,000?
I think 7,000. Yeah. Where is she? 7,000. Yeah, but at 229, we still have. I mean, maybe. But
how many 7140s are there? How many people got 229?
229. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Oh, that might be it. Like 10.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, sorry. I went the wrong direction. 145, 7. There. 229s. I mean, it already changed. So they're coming in the thousands. But we'll see, right? And look, if you want to just do this for fun, that's exactly what we want.
Dude, she can do whatever she wants. No one can take anything. She is the best that we have ever.
Yeah, you want to draw the game
most
7 times.
Dominating. You do you, man. Like,
yeah,
whatever.
Great.
You're awesome.
You're still in though.
Totally.
You're just mixing it up with the community. It's just doing it at a level still 100 times better than me. My own weights.
1.8%.
Oh,
she was.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
So, all right. Before we close these out here, thank you guys for all joining us. 240 of you. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please do. It really does go a long way with us. If you want to join our membership team just to support us on another level, can't promise you all the things in the world. It just means you're along with us and a bit more of a serious capacity. The one thing, I just had this conversation with someone today that I've had multiple times. It's people's twofold. We actually had this conversation today. It was like, the media and marketing that has been coming out the last 3 or 4 weeks from CrossFit has been the best it's been in almost 5 years. Would you agree?
Yeah. Like, thank God you're actually, because it looks like they care, like they're trying to do it. That's what it looks like.
I really wish they did this 5 weeks ago.
Well, yeah. They're a little behind the ball.
What they have done is it has been awesome. And now my excitement is, and this might be like your level of programming nervousness.
Yeah.
All right. Can we keep it? Can we keep this going? Can we take this momentum? Like what we flag planted in 25.1, I hope carries into 25.2 and a 25.3, and then into online semis, and then towards the Community Cup. And the question I got, someone at, I get this a lot, and this is hilarious that people are not spending the time to think about this for a second, is all these people that are complaining that quarterfinals is gone don't understand the Community Cup at all.
No.
Like it meant so much to me. I was like, making the top 20% or what it used to be, which is the top 10%. Because making the top 20%, great. If that was your goal and you're proud of yourself, you should be proud of yourself because you hit your goal. You made the 20% quarterfinal goal. But what was the next step beyond quarterfinals for you? Nowhere. For the Community Cup, it's the same thing for you. It's the same thing for everybody.
They could have changed it. And I guess if you look at what it means, Community Cup, they should have just said your quarterfinal.
Right.
It's like
move the date. You had the same opportunity to make semifinals as you did when quarterfinals were a thing. But here's the thing. It's even better. Oh, yeah, top 25%. Even better.
Yeah, right.
And so before the top 25%, when they just allowed people to make quarterfinals, they lowered the bar to you. Right? If your goal was to make quarterfinals since 2021 and you made it last year, I hope you guys have enough self-introspective approach to be like, okay, that's not really the same thing. Right? They added 15%, which allowed you to qualify. Like, did you get fitter to qualify or did they lower the bar to you? They lowered the bar to you. Mm-hmm. But if you're happy with that, good. Be happy, be proud. I'm proud for you. But if you're like, oh, it meant something to qualify. Well, then qualify for the pro division in the Community Cup. That's the top 2 levels, 9 and 10. And to get there, you have to be in the top 12% to make the pro division in the Community Cup. And then the same.
So it's still exactly there, guys.
It's the exact same, but even more prestigious, of which you told me you missed the prestige of the quarterfinals. Well, the Community Cup is more prestigious and exclusive for something to reach for, and you have 2 more weeks to get there.
Dude, Avera, that's not true. Believe me, coming from a guy that like consolation brackets and championship brackets, if you didn't make it, if you were in the top 25%, if you were 18% and you feel that you made it to the championship bracket, no, you did not. No, you did not. You made it into the people that also made it between, the 10 to whatever, 20% is what you made. What this does is it just allows you to have your bracket. So the quarterfinals, technically, the pro bracket is the 12%. So that's the winner's bracket. And then it allows everyone else to get into their bracket. Just like if you're going to be at a triathlon or a race or whatever, they'll have the overall numbers, but then it's like your age group or it's your group. Yep. Everyone that can only do 5 muscle ups, they all get to compete head to head.
Yes.
Not putting you in there with the people that can do 30.
Yeah. And the other pushback I get is people complaining about having to compete with people younger than them. Not people like Bill, right? Like, I don't want to compete at Community Cup with people who are 26 and I'm 57. I'm like, it doesn't matter. You're competing against people who are your level. You're on the same competition level. So who cares how old they are?
Because
you're the same athlete.
Because everyone wants to go, like they got to make a division that I can win because then I'm good. Because it's my division that I'm winning. And I have a really hard time with that, man. It's like, oh, you should do this because you'd win. Well, why? That's not why I'm doing it, because I can win it. I mean, I like to win. I don't do something because I'm going to win it. I want to win it. Like, get in there and mix it up and win it. And if you get in, honestly, I like the idea of the Community Cup better than I like the Masters thing.
Yep.
Because you should be competing against all the people that are there. Who gives a shit what age they are or whatever, this or that? Just get out there and compete. Everyone else can just do that, whatever well, I can't do 359. And I shouldn't be competing against someone that can do 359.
Miriam Von Rohr. Oh, 359 with a video. The link is broken though.
Of course, the link is video. It's broken.
Okay.
Maybe too many people.
We were all waiting for that one because she crushed it last year.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's see. But yeah, the Community Cup's going to be great. Now, there was some talk in our group a few weeks ago because Spin did the math of game spots, and I don't know if this is still a thing. Isn't there like a missing game spot?
I feel like there is.
There's like one, because I'm sure Spin will tell us. There's like, based off all the spot allocations from the Open, at online semifinals, in affiliate semifinals, and then in-person qualifiers, based off all those numbers that they're giving out, are we missing one spot for the men and the women?
I
feel like we've had that discussion.
Yeah.
I know Spin would know that. And then the theory was there's also a last chance qualifier out there.
Oh, that's what he just put up.
Yeah. Right, but there's no official word on what that is yet.
Right.
Correct, Spin? We've just been told that there is going to be one. I believe that's the case. It was supposed to be announced a few weeks ago. Details or how it works is not. Okay, so we have no details. This is why I want to say it. Because I had mentioned this in the group. It's like, hey, what if, right? What if? Everyone's like, Community Cup means nothing because it's not qualifying to whatever.
Ooh.
Like, what if the last chance
pro division
is the Pro Division Community Cup, and they'll give the final spot to the best male and female in the Pro Division that were in the top 1% from the Open.
I like that. It's already
Because
set up.
in these in-person qualifiers, they have people that have already like been invited and sign on that are not even doing the open.
Right.
So they can compete in these in-person qualifiers, but they won't go to the CrossFit Games. The only way you get to the CrossFit Games is if you get in the top 1% from the open. That is the only way. That is the first step. You can either do the in-affiliate semifinals to qualify for the CrossFit Games, which are already designated spots, or you can go to an in-person qualifier that has maybe 1 or 2 in-person qualifying spots in your division, only against the people that got in the top 1%. So if you didn't do the open, you're not going to
You don't get a shot at the last chance.
You don't get a shot.
Dude, I like that.
How cool would it be?
I like that a
if
lot.
The pro division, the 9s and the 10s, the top 12%, right? Even though the top 1% only get to go, and the top 1% we're only going to go anyways, you quarterfinal snobs, you top 25 quarterfinal snobs. Top 10% didn't hear any of this shit. Is they take it out of the Community Cup.
Yeah, that's good. I like
How
that.
awesome would that be? 3 events. Supposedly it's 3 events over the course of 1 week. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be sick.
That would be sick.
Mm-hmm.
That would be sick. Rumor. Not a rumor. That's just a man. It would be really cool. A really cool
Spitballing.
But yeah, that we were mulling that around in the group, but I just wanted to bring it back to the forefront because we have no idea or detail.
I honestly think that that's wild that we don't have more information about that right now, which means that it seems like it would be something a quick and easy plug and play like that.
Seems like a really low
like
lift.
you don't have to. I mean, all you're doing is you're flicking one lever because the event's already going to happen. It's already there.
Yeah,
it's wild.
David, did you see that Tia saying Manning to be able to do better in the Community Cup? That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So, could you imagine if she qualified through the Community Cup? How rad would that be?
I know. I was like, hey, beef it up a little bit. You can't go into the Community Cup and get 6. Hey, Heidi. Open signups right now are at 226,000. And I will say this, based off how things started when the open signups, the last few weeks, couple that with all the content that CrossFit is creating, all the I'm in athlete stuff with the OGs, the open announcement, Rich coming back, all the promo and support from the community, a lot of media outlets out here. Obviously what Barbell Spin's done, Savon Podcasts, Coffee Pods and Wads, like all putting out, hey, like, let's go. Like, let's get back in. We've been a part of that too. These last 3 weeks have been probably one of the steepest climbs we've had like in any year in the final 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, easily. I think it's been crazy watching the general public try to figure out what they're supposed to do when you have both sides, the most polarizing setup that we've ever done. People with their I'm out and all their reasons why they're out.
Yeah.
And then all of us saying just get in, and people having to navigate that.
Right.
And I mean,
and here's the thing,
and whatever you decide to do, cool.
Right.
But like those of you that decided to jump in for whatever reason, I hope that, we help to showcase how just having fun, man. Like you went to the CrossFit gym to get fit. You were scared to death and you ended up having some fun.
Yeah.
And we hope that we kept that door open, that it's still fun. No matter what stuff is happening, getting with your people, getting with your community, lighting it up, throwing down, getting a judge, getting scored, having to put your name on the big whiteboard, and just like what we said at the beginning of the show, in the worldwide community affiliate of CrossFit, all the CrossFitters out here, you get your whiteboard, your score written up on the whiteboard, and you get to roll with it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are all on the ride with us. I'm glad.
Avera, is the top 1% based on registrations or number who complete all 3 open workouts? That's a great question, because the Community Cup is based off who did all 3 open workouts.
That's right.
Right. So how they level you will be based off taking all 3. And I think like scaled, you're still on the leaderboard. Foundations, you're still on the leaderboard.
Right.
Foundations just can't jump a scaled person. Scaled person just can't jump an RX person if they did it all scaled. I don't know the answer to that question. I think it should be who completed all 3 workouts. But even though right now, regardless, the minimum is 1,200 per. So 1,200 men and 1,200 women will get a invite to in-affiliate semifinals. And that would need to be 240,000 people signing up, regardless of how many events or workouts they do. And that's an even split between men and women. So I don't know if we'll hit that. It would be awesome if we do. I was thinking coming into this year, if we hit 250,000 signups, that would be a massive
win.
Massive win. And the fact that we're already at 226 with, you know, the last 5 hours of signups available, or it's like you did the workout. Like if you guys did the workout, if you did it, sign up for the Open.
Heidi, it's $20. Heidi,
I will send you $20 to sign up for the Open.
And yes, you can run a 5K for free. You totally can. 100%. All those things are right. None of those things that you're saying are untrue.
Yeah. Well, okay, Heidi, did you do the workout? Like if you haven't done it yet and you have time, we recommend it. Just getting to experience it. And if it's a $20 thing, I'll do it for you. All right, well then, hey, we'll pay for your registration.
Gifted. There, now you're in.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Them apples.
Here, scan that, sign up. I will Venmo you $20 or the $21.75 if you sign up. Hang out. Be along for the ride. What was the open registration last year? Let me see. Was that the question?
Yeah.
334, I think. Yeah. Something like that. But 287. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 287. If you guys haven't done, look, you could do this in the garage. That was kind of the coolest thing about the 1515. Is like I could have done that in my garage if I wanted to.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
It was weird putting 15-foot tape lines like that and going, yep, down and back. What? Really?
Yeah.
Are we sure we're using this one?
344. Thank you, Spin. Yeah, Heidi, come on, sign up. I'll pay. I'll give you $20 because I know after this closes and we're all moving forward to 25.2. I know you want to be with us, and I mean us as in like everybody. I know you do.
You're already on.
You want to be on this show in the comments if you didn't care about
on every show in the comments.
Yeah, Jeffrey, no, just Heidi. Everybody gets one, and this is my one. This is the I don't know if you guys ever watch. I don't really watch this, but I've seen enough highlights on like Instagram or something. What is America's Got Talent? Okay. This is my golden button.
Oh, dang.
Right? Heidi, you got my one golden button. There you go. I'm so proud of you. You got my one golden button. Yes. Oh, there you go. Ta-da. Han Solo way.
Oh, it's awesome. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
And God, we're almost at 300 people.
Guys, thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow for a quick 30-minute show, 1:30, where I videoed my whole 25.1 experience, and you can see, you can bring your microscope on my lateral hops over the dumbbell. But I brought mine. And I think I made it. Yeah, my knee was happy enough with that lateral jump to make it. But me and Bill will go through that, and we'll talk all about my 25.1 experience. And then Wednesday, Inside the Leaderboard is returning, which means we will have the who's in, who's out based off the cut line after final registrations are set by 7 p.m. tonight. Barkley Dale, we're actually going to pull up his leaderboard. We've been chatting. Barkley's doing all the work. So this is like, hey, you know what would be cool? On his Apollo site, I'll just bring it up right now. Let me see. Share this tab instead. It's currently updating right now, but on his Apollo site, I was like, he linked the website leaderboard with his database. And basically, if you ever competed in like the games or semifinals, he weeds it out. That's on this in and out part. If you're in or out of the top 1%. All right. So based off where James Sprague is, right? They put top 10 of the games, like games, athletes in here, what semifinal they were, and based off if they submitted their score or not, says whether they're in the top 1% or not. So we're going to go through all of this on Wednesday. And it's just apolloperform.com is Barkley Dale's site. Okay. And, oh, thanks, James. I get it. Listen, I get it, guys. I get it. It's been tough. But listen, we don't quit when it's tough. We dig in. And yeah, for all the flaws and all the mistakes, like, we don't just walk away. We're family. Right? God bless if any of my family members walked away when I was at my worst. That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying. So thank you, guys. So we'll be back tomorrow. We'll shit on me for 30 minutes about my 25.1 score and movements. And then Wednesday, we'll do Inside the Leaderboard, where we'll go through the top 1% everywhere. And then we will also look at potential of Community Cup, right? What is 9th, 10th levels based off your percentage? What do you need to get to? So we're going to go through what percentages will dictate the Community Cup later on. So that'll be Friday. Yes, Kenneth, if you guys are all sitting here with us right now, 275 is what I see, which is insane. And you haven't liked and you haven't subscribed, they're just buttons you need to click, and it does wonders for us in the back end. If you want to take the extra step, you guys can join our membership, and you get cool little decals and buttons. But that'll do it for us here. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back Wednesday. Appreciate you guys. If you haven't done the Open yet, you still have time. It's 15 minutes of fun. Spend your $20. Join the leaderboard. Pump up those final numbers, something that we could be proud of what we did in one of our, dire times this is. But we appreciate you guys. Week 1 done. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.